The LubriSynHA family of products dramatically improves the quality of life for people, for your pets, and livestock. From the top joint supplements, high-quality nutritional products, and the most recently revolutionary topical wound gel, the experts at LubriSyn pride themselves on providing total health solutions. Hello, welcome, Mark Oppold, and welcome to our friends from LubriSyn who join us tonight. Our family of products are joining us for the first time on Rural America Live. Great to have them. Always great to have a new partner here on RFD TV and Rural Radio. They're our developer. You're going to hear a lot about the elite products for thoroughbreds, for your pets and animals as well. And we have elite thoroughbred veterinarian, Dr. Stephen Allday, joining us here on our panel here tonight, and also joining me, Vice President of Business Development, Alex Hassinger, as well. Welcome to RFD TV and Rural Radio.
Thanks, Mark.
Good to have you both here.
Thank you, Mark.
Let's start with you, Doctor, and a little bit about your background before we get into these great products and the great company.
Well, Mark, I was born and raised on a horse farm and decided to go to veterinary school, and I attended Texas A&M University and then came out and worked on horses, which would be a natural progression, and then gravitated from a mixed practice of equine to mostly, well, completely racetrack medicine. I started at the harness track in the Meadowlands in New Jersey, and then went to Belmont Park, and I've been doing thoroughbreds literally around the world ever since, and all over the United States.
Yeah, got some trophies to prove how well it's been a good thing for you, huh?
My clients do for sure. But you know, besides practicing vet medicine and developing products, I'm an avid team roper and have horses at home as well.
Well, good. Well, we've got our equine viewers and listeners, those who just love the rural lifestyle, are all about horses here. Shelbyville, Kentucky now is home?
Shelbyville, Kentucky's home for the last 21 years.
Very good to have you here again, Doctor. And Alex, your background, you were telling me from a part of Texas that I enjoy going to whenever I can.
Yeah, I live in New Braunfels, Texas with my beautiful wife, and I was raised in New Jersey, actually, and started with show horses and rode hunters and jumpers, and then I was fortunate my uncle was John Gaines, who started the Breeders' Cup and had Gainesway Farm in Kentucky. So I did a couple of years there, and then I got to the racetrack in 1984. I met Steve probably 4 or 5 years later, so I've known him for about 30 years. I was fortunate enough to win 2 Breeders' Cups and ran horses in the Derby, Preakness, and the Belmont. So been around horses a long time.
Boy, you guys have a lot to share when you get together here, and glad to have you here. So, folks, again, that's just one example of the expertise we have tonight, and they're all excited and really passionate about these products. If you are not familiar with the LubriSyn products, this hour is for you. In fact, let's get started, Doctor, and talk about the overall goal of these LubriSyn products.
Well, LubriSyn was started because I was looking for a better way to keep horses sound, and basically to make products that were affordable, that were easy to use, and had great results, and gave you the results. And the ease of administration and the use of the products was really, really important to me, to get, you know, high quality products out there that will do what they're supposed to do, but make it affordable and easy for the end user to have it for their convenience, for both your pet, your livestock, your horse, and then for yourself as well. Yeah,
and we'll get into that a little bit more. Alex, add to the product line.
Well, the product line started in 2004 with our equine formula, and then we've added the livestock, we've added a human product, the topical wound gel, which is amazing. We even have a lip balm that has hyaluronic acid in it, but it is all centralized around the hyaluronic acid science, which is extremely important to all mammals, and that's what leads our products.
Exactly right. Let's talk about that hyaluronic acid here. I learned about that as I met with you earlier today, but let's talk about that, Doctor, and the benefits of it.
Well, hyaluronic acid is a naturally occurring compound in all mammals, or all, you know, horses, dogs, cats, everything mammalian species. Essentially, as you get older, a normal senility or aging process change that occurs is that you just don't make as much of it. And you can see that in people, you can see it by the wrinkles in their face. They don't have nearly as much fluid or as much HA there. So HA imbibes water or creates water to come into, you know, where it is in high amounts. And in your joints as well, You'll notice that you creak and pop. The range of motion is.
You can follow me around, I think.
It's a lot. It definitely occurs as you get older.
Yeah.
And the symptoms are osteoarthritis, what they are, it's a process known as degenerative joint disease.
Sure.
And that's a normal aging process. By replenishing it on a daily basis, on a regular basis, you can improve the clinical symptoms and or the range of motion and the things that will occur, improving your quality of life and the ability to do things that you like to do. It's
really a key center point, really, I guess, of that product. Would you agree to that?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that we came out with our flagship product in 2004, which was for equine. So we, obviously being around the racetrack, we took it to the highest, best thoroughbred athletes there were, and we saw it was a huge success. Multiple Kentucky Derby winners on our product, and then we morphed over into the Western disciplines and hunters and jumpers and such. So we encompass a lot of different disciplines with the LubriSyn products.
People tuning in say, well, you know, Alex, I don't have a thoroughbred racehorse that's going to win the Kentucky Derby, but I got a horse I love out there. They're going to notice a difference. Would you agree to that? I
would agree, because simply as horses or all mammals age, their levels of HA drop. So it's, again, a natural senility change to get some arthritis. The older Western discipline horses are different than thoroughbreds. We only have thoroughbreds around for a couple of seasons, but a lot of people are roping or on a barrel horse that's 14, 16, 18 years old. They have arthritis. This is simply going to regenerate that fluid and bring back the viscosity and that shock absorbing effect and help them out a whole lot.
Yeah, because I don't want to be creaking and popping by myself here, so you know, I'm going to try that stuff. We'll get to the human side of it too. Don't forget, you folks that don't have animals, perhaps may have a pet, we have something for you, but also for humans coming up during our hour here as well. But let's talk about pets and horses here first. It's a big priority, and you have a whole product line that you brought some of that with you here tonight.
Well, we've brought examples of both our livestock, our equine, which is our flagship, where we started, and also our human product, and as well as our pet product. And essentially, you know, these products are meant to improve the day-to-day quality of life. Alex mentioned something really key. On the racetrack, I might see most of my patients somewhere on the order of about maybe 2 to 3 seasons, and probably never see them again.
Wow. And
because I've been very, very blessed and been working on really, really top-end horses. But essentially what happens is you know, we're going to inject these horses as a rule. And it is a way that you can put HA in these horses. But, you know, the backyard horse, the pleasure horse, the cutting horse, the roping horse that I have in my possession as well, he's not going to be able to be injected all the time, because these joints don't last forever. They're not perpetual motion machines. They can't last forever.
Yeah.
So the maintenance of them is the key to their longevity. And you know, I've got rope horses now. One in particular, it'll be going on 10 years now. I've never injected a joint on him, and he's one of the top head horses east of the Mississippi. I've had several big-time guys ride on him and rope on him, and he's, you know, phenomenal athlete, but he's maintained because he's on LubriSyn full-time.
Wow.
And I've just acquired a new horse, and I started him on LubriSyn right away, and all my horses are on, as well as my dogs and pets and myself as well.
Just talk about, again, caring for pets and horses from your vantage point, Alex.
Yeah, actually, the LubriSyn line, you know, from the size of an 8-ounce up to a gallon has both equine and dog dosages on the back. So we use it as a preventative for, you know, dogs or horses that don't have any issues yet, but it's very applicable for the ones that do have the issues. So on all the bottles, there's a dosage for horses and dogs. The great thing about the product, it's safe, it's all natural and very effective, but it's very, very cost efficient. 1 gallon of LubriSyn will last 1 horse 8 months. So we can bring the cost down to about $1 a day.
Wow.
And for like a medium-sized dog, it's about 60 cents a day. So it's very affordable. The most important thing is, since we're feeding the hyaluronic acid, the LubriSyn, every day on a daily basis, there's always a bioavailable serum level of hyaluronic acid in the bloodstream. So it's working every day. You feed it every day, it works every day.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
One point before we leave that you mentioned, I just want to clarify for myself and those that are tuning in, the use of it is pretty easy. They don't have to, they're not going to have to worry about underusing it or overusing any of these products. Yeah,
the gallon comes with a pump that's calibrated to 1 dose. And I, ask everybody to go to LubriSyn.com, because there's great science, and also we're doing a special use the code Allday and get 15% off. So go to LubriSyn.com.
Yeah, how about that? You like that being part of a special offer?
Absolutely. No, that's fantastic. Easy name to remember.
That's exactly right. We are going to share several testimonials during the hour, not taking calls directly here, but we're going to also be giving you an 800 number during the hour for you to call. We know you have questions. You may be hearing about the product for the first time. We want to answer your questions. They want to answer your questions, and the staff around them as well. But the results do speak for themselves. We're going to go and hear now from an Olympic champion horse trainer and how LubriSynHA gave him a competitive edge.
In September of 2006, I saw Ravel for the first time, and it was just amazing. My heart started beating like there was no tomorrow. I'm just a very, very lucky guy to get to ride a horse like Ravel. We started to use LubriSyn about 1.5 years ago, and this was a very crucial time for Ravel because he just came back from an injury, and we wanted to do anything possible for him to preserve his fitness and his elasticity. LubriSyn was a tremendous help there. When we started using LubriSyn for Ravel, we noticed the difference within the first 2 weeks. LubriSyn helps so much because we deal with a lot of repetitive concussive movements in dressage, and anything we can do to prevent the eventual development of arthritis is gigantic. Anytime this elasticity is not there, we simply don't do as well in the show arena, and LubriSyn assures this every single day. It gives you a certain extra level of confidence when you can count on your horse being healthy, and this is extremely important when you fly your horse halfway around the world to Hong Kong, as we did for the recent Olympic Games. And I know for sure that LubriSyn made a big difference in achieving this confidence. Shooting for the medal stands is, you know, it's a great goal, and we're always very careful with predictions. The main thing is keeping our horses sound, and all mammals develop at one point some type of mild degrees or significant degrees of arthritis, and I know that LubriSyn will help us quite a bit reducing this risk. LubriSyn definitely gives us a competitive edge.
Boy, you can tell a beautiful horse. And we're going to talk about these products again during the hour, but let's talk about the human products and how your LubriSynHA is helping humans as well.
Well, hyaluronic acid is also, like we said, in all mammals,
sure, people
being of the mammalian species as well. They need to have it replaced. As you get older, you creak and pop. Your skin becomes more wrinkled, and you will suffer the same degenerative joint changes that other animals. Ours is a lot more slower progressing, but we will succumb to it and deal with it a lot longer and throughout our age, and as we get older. So the earlier you get on this, the more preventative, and I've lived my entire career this way. The preventative medicine is much, much better than restorative.
Absolutely.
You know, going with original equipment is much better than the replacement parts as far as anything's concerned.
I like that. That's well said.
Yeah, well, people and animals are the same way. And we don't have the luxury of replacement parts in animals like they've perfected it in certain things. But I think most people would say if you could maintain their joints and still have that joint, they'd have a lot better than they would going through the rehab and everything that goes along with having joint replacements. So, osteoarthritis does occur. If you can stay on this preventatively, you can maintain the quality of your life and the activity level that you have at a most certain pace, and then you could, if you succumb to it early.
Very good. Talk more about that as we work through the hour here. Folks that have used LubriSyn have experienced some great results. You're about to meet a perfect example right now.
Hi everyone, it's Alex with the LubriSynHA Family of Products, and I am with Rachel from New Mexico, correct?
Correct.
Albuquerque. So one thing we've been trying to get some testimonials and feedback out to people about our products, and we have an unbelievable testimonial from Rachel about using our LubriSynHA human joint formula. So you were scheduled for a knee replacement surgery?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Correct.
So then how did you find out about LubriSyn?
Well, I had used it on my horses.
Got it.
And then they said it was good for humans, so I started taking it. Kept taking it. Saw them last year. I was wearing a brace and had my cane.
Yep.
No more cane, no more brace.
And no surgery.
No
You canceled.
surgery.
You canceled the knee replacement
Correct.
surgery.
Correct.
It's unbelievable. So, which flavor do you like? The
Grape.
plain or do you like the grape?
Love the grape.
Love the grape.
Take it every morning.
You take it every morning. So you started feeling relief pretty quick when you started taking it?
It took me about 3 or 4 weeks.
3 or 4 weeks.
But I guess because I had so much damage.
Oh yeah.
But
you stuck with it.
I stuck with it,
Yeah,
and
that's
I tried to put other people on it.
Yeah.
And my sister didn't take it and had the knee replacement. She's miserable. She is miserable.
Yeah.
And I'm moving around great.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I will be 60 next month.
You look 60.
I'll be 60 next month.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming by.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
appreciate your business. And there's another great reason why you should take LubriSynHA human formula for yourself.
Well, you never get tired of hearing those stories, do you, Alex?
No, it's fantastic.
How about going back to livestock? LubriSyn, you wanted to cover, they have, Mark, we have 2 great products at least. Talk about those.
Yeah, we actually, after we had the regular LubriSyn with just hyaluronic acid, we offered also our Plus, LubriSynHA Plus, which has MSM, which is help with the anti-inflammatory. It's a great antioxidant. So we have that for horses, dogs, and also for show livestock too.
And the 2 products there, I mean, you, again, never get tired of talking to those people, but want to know more about how to help their livestock.
Well, the reason that it's so effective is the genetics is so advanced for the livestock. Steers in particular and boars or show pigs become so large so fast because of the improved genetics. The problem is it's a perfect storm for them to get osteoarthritis. And the reason why is right at the point when you have maximum, when you're right at the day that you're going to show, is usually when they put the most pressure on an immature skeletal system. So the perfect storm for arthritis exists. If you go on it preventatively, we've seen that they can go right into the show season to have no setbacks. We do recommend the Plus in a lot of the animals. It'll start already show you some clicking and popping and some maybe a little shortness in step and this sort of thing. And we've seen a really, really great improvement of these animals quite a bit, and they go through their show season do well.
Very good. For years, folks have come to depend on the benefits that LubriSynHA provides for their livestock here. Take a look.
Hey guys, Garrett Blanchard here at Silvera Brothers. Here today to talk to you about one of the many reasons why we use LubriSyn. Now, with raising Angus show cattle in Central California, one of our biggest downfalls that we come about is travel. With most shows being in the Midwest to back east, we look at these cattle being on the road for anywhere from 24 to 40 hours. In this case, I like to use LubriSyn as what I call an insurance policy, because with our cattle being on LubriSyn and being on the trailer for so long, we are always guaranteed those cattle coming off to our destination, sound, free, easy moving, and throughout the whole show.
And when you're hauling animals around, any pets as well, Doctor, accidents do happen, or horses, livestock. LubriSyn has a unique solution that helps promote healing and faster.
Yes. We consider it to be truly revolutionary. We really feel like it's probably the best product in the market, in the category. As you can see here by the picture, it adheres directly to area that's affected. It's very, very thick and has a gel that will really stay in where it's placed. The revolutionary part is that this is a hock, a point of a hock, which is a normal abrasion that you see.
Sure.
And 3 days later, that's the same hock that is already starting to scab over and also dry up, and it's healing. The healing process is occurring. The inflammation, the redness is gone, and it's got a good protective coat over top of it. The key to it is that it has an antibacterial, it has a gel, and it has HA in it. The gel adheres to the area, the antibacterial is kept in place by the gel, and the HA helps the cells of the skin cells to move and migrate so they re-epithelialize or cover over the defect of the void much more rapidly.
You have both on your shirts here, Alex, the Re-Borne whole bovine colostrum here, and you talk about that as it relates to life for your horses or pets as well. Talk about that.
Yeah, Re-Borne's a great product in that it helps to boost the immune system, support the GI tract and respiratory tract. We use it for horses, use it for dogs, and use it for livestock as well. So basically, it just you know, boosts up the animal if they're suppressed in any situations as far as, you know, gut health, or they have stomach ulcers or anything like that. And we see, you know, positive changes and transformations in 30 days. It's really amazing.
They are from LubriSynHA from the company, and great products here. Just getting a good start. We're going to take our first break, come back and talk more about their line of products here. Rural America Live continues after this. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. It's Rural America Live. I'm Mark Oppold, and we are joined by the folks from LubriSynHA, their family of products, joining us here tonight. First time on Rural America Live. We have developer and elite thoroughbred veterinarian Dr. Steve Allday with us, and Vice President of Business Development Alex Hassinger here as well for joining us. It's been a great conversation to start the hour here, just getting a good start. By the way, more testimonials are coming your way, and I look forward to answering any questions you might have. We'll be giving you an 800 number to call during or after the program tonight to answer your questions about these products, how they may help you. Talk about how it all began here, and how the company got started here, Doctor.
Well, we started in 2004 right in Simpsonville, Kentucky, right there in our backyard, literally. Office originally was in my house, and my wife, who still runs the company on a day-to-day basis, was right there along with a gal working the phones and whatnot. And then we moved into another office there in Simpsonville, and now we're in a large warehouse and office too. So we've expanded into a full line of complete health products, from gastrointestinal to joint to topical to human, and we've been really expanding the market, and then we're selling product around the planet now. Exactly right. I want to ask about the human product, Alex, but what about folks wondering, where can I get these products here that I'm not familiar with here, learning about? Where do they go?
Great question. We have complete distribution throughout the United States, tack and feed stores, all the online outlets. We're also into Canada. We're also into Europe. So we're pretty much everywhere. We've got a really well-branded product that's in a lot of stores, and it's very easy to find.
All right, let's talk about those products. We kind of touched on the product here, what you can do for healthy joints in humans earlier on, but let's kind of dive in a little bit more, if we would.
Yeah, well, the science is very interesting, and you know, we find results with you know, people or horses or dogs or livestock that have joint pain in 7 to 10 days. It's a very rapid thing. It's very effective. It's very safe. It's all natural. The most important thing, it's produced in an FDA-approved pharmaceutical laboratory. So it's a very safe product to use. You can go to our website, LubriSyn.com. We have all the science. We have great studies that support it. We have an efficacy study, safety studies, toxicity studies, and it's all there on our website. And if you go there, you can get 15% off by using the code ALLDAY.
How about that? Yeah, we'll revisit that here during the hour as well. And mention, we have a lot of folks who wanted to chime in tonight. There are a lot of folks around who can speak about the effectiveness of their products. Here's one example.
I've been very athletic all my life. I rode when I was younger. I've motocrossed. I was a ski instructor for a few years. My knees started hurting me about 30 years ago. It was from the skiing accidents, and they just never got any better. They said that I had meniscus injuries. I've tried everything. I've tried DMSO, I've tried glucosamine. Nothing works. 3 or 4 hours on my feet, I'd be in total pain. I could not wear tennis shoes, I could not wear flip-flops, could not wear sandals, couldn't wear high heels. Do you realize how hard it is being a woman and having 15, 20 pairs of boots, let alone your high heels, and seeing them in your closet and not being able to wear them? LubriSyn has made big changes in my life. I feel like I'm 20 again. It's given me my mobility back. I can ride my horses. I can run out in the yard, play with the dog. I just bought a pair of high heels a couple days ago, and I was so excited. I said, oh my God, I can wear it, and it doesn't hurt my knees. It's given me my life back. LubriSyn lets me lead the life I love.
They'll be at Cowboy Christmas. And again, but right now, if you can't wait that long, the phone number is toll-free for you to join the conversation by getting any questions answered at our toll-free number they have for you, 800-901-8498. Again, 800-901-8498. And a special offer for those folks that are listening in and tuning in tonight, Doctor.
Yes, 15% off. Go to the website, LubriSyn.com, LubriSyn.com, and a code word, all day.
All day. I like that, and you do too. All right, let's get back to our pets and horses. Want to make sure that their joints feel as good as the humans that Alex talked about, and you have an important aspect. It is an important aspect of what you do.
Well, I do lameness for a living on racehorses. I do work on other horses as well. I work on racehorses, but rope horses, I get the odd barrel horse, a few pleasure horses and reiners and whatnot from time to time. But the key is that I'm not going to see my patients on the racetrack, a roping horse, a cutting horse, a pleasure horse. They're going to stay around and do their job for a decade or longer sometimes, especially if they're a non-pro horse, if they're a gelding, they're a non-breeding horse and whatever. The key is you can't inject these all the time. They're not perpetual injection, recipients. So maintenance of the joints and keeping them maintained on a daily basis, improving their quality of life. If it's an older broodmare, I have a number of people that keep broodmares on it. Stallions at stud farms, I have stallions that are on it routinely, so they can be comfortable covering mares and breeding and doing whatnot. So the key to it is, improving their quality of life so they can do what they need to do. And then as far as your pet's concerned, improving its usable quality of life so they can be comfortable, can perform with you, and do what they want to do.
Very good. Jason Smith, another gentleman you brought along tonight via video, is a horse owner, depends on LubriSyn joint formula on a daily basis. Here's his story.
Hi, my name is Jason Smith, and I operate Smith Show Horses out of Whitesboro, Texas. We use LubriSyn here as a daily routine, and the horses really seem to like it. When using LubriSyn, I've seen it help my situations with my horses as early as a week. I recommend LubriSyn for anybody that has horses, whether it's for halter horses, pleasure horses, cutting horses, reining horses. If their joints feel good, they feel good. LubriSyn for me gives me the winning edge because my horses are sound, they feel good, they move good, they travel well, and it's a great tool for me. For anybody that's skeptical about LubriSyn, I tell them to go buy the product, use it for 30 days, and if they don't like see the results that I see with it, then I'd be more than glad to pay for it for them.
And Alex, you've all created another product that also improved the quality of life for dogs and horses.
Yes.
Re-Borne whole bovine colostrum. We talked about it earlier, but let's get a little deeper here.
Yes. What we've done, we've taken colostrum and actually, instead of pasteurizing or heating it, we've kept it into a liquid form, which keeps all the bioactive ingredients intact. Mm-hmm. So what we do is we can feed it back to horses, cattle, and also dogs. So what it does is it boosts their immune system. It'll re-epithelialize the GI tract. And the respiratory tract. It has vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. It's probably the best thing you could put back into a horse, livestock, or even small animals. And the small animals, we've had great success in curing parvo puppies, IBD cats, and any kind of severe GI tract issue with dogs.
Wow. And they get that at the same place. All the other products are available as well, what you mentioned, around the country.
And you go to LubriSyn.com too for more information.
Very good. All right, Dr. Steve, when it comes to caring for livestock, again, talk about all that you have to offer our livestock producers out there. Well,
we have obviously the LubriSyn Livestock HA or LubriSynHA Plus. Both these products are available at a number of different livestock distributors across the country. You can go to our website, LubriSyn.com, look up and see who the distributors are, and they can certainly supply it to you. There's a picture here. The Plus has MSM in it and is beneficial for any livestock that would have pre-existing condition. Chad Berger is one of the PBR producers that is a adamant proponent and is big. He has a number of the top class bulls that he had at the PBR that have been on the product, and he has great success with it.
And Alex, we're getting, folks want to know more about that gel, your wound gel that promotes healing and promotes it faster. Talk about that again.
Yeah, the LubriSynHA Topical Advanced Wound Gel with hyaluronic acid is the best product I've ever seen being a horseman. So what it does, it has a natural antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic, and it also has chitosan, which clots blood. But it also has hyaluronic acid, which is the flagship ingredient in most all of our products. And what it does is it speeds the healing process. So it's a great communicator of epithelial cells in the skin, so it's going to heal a wound a lot faster. It comes in a 4-ounce and also an 11.8-ounce bottle. It's a spray gel, so when you spray it, it sticks right on. You just rub it in. I've got an old English bulldog that gets hot spots, and I could heal them up in a couple hours. It's amazing.
How about that? Yeah. So again, if you like that pet, you love them, you want to take care of them, another product here you can learn at LubriSyn.com. Our time with our folks from LubriSynHA will continue as Rural America Live continues. Still to come, an in-depth look at how LubriSyn products can improve the quality of life for people, for your pets, and livestock as well. Gel. Yes, we are talking about this during our break here. Welcome back to Rural America Live. I'm learning a lot about writing a lot of notes. I'm sure you are too. And we're going to be giving you that 800 number as we work through the rest of our hour for you to get your questions answered as well. LubriSynHA Family of Products dramatically improves the quality of life for people, for pets, for livestock. The folks who created those products are guests tonight on our Rural America Live. That means developer and elite thoroughbred veterinarian Dr. Steve Allday and Vice President of Business Development, Alex Hassinger, here as well. Appreciate you joining us. We've got folks who want to know more about that gel. You hit a hot button there for sure. Let's go back and kind of go back through that once again for those folks who have animals, pets that they want to help out.
Sure. Well, the LubriSynHA Topical Advanced Wound Care Gel with hyaluronic acid does a lot of things. It's the most effective, I feel, product on the market as far as wound care. And there's nothing like it in the market because of the constituents inside of it. It's got, it's a natural antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic. It also has chitosan, which clots blood. But most importantly, it has hyaluronic acid, which is a great communicator of epithelial cells that heal a wound and keep it hydrated. So we have it in a 4-ounce bottle and also an 11.8-ounce bottle.
What are we seeing here, Alex?
This is my dog Bailey. She's an old English bulldog. She's 2 years old, and that's a hot spot, and that's the difference in about an hour of treating it with a topical LubriSynHA Advanced Topical Wound Care product. This is a hog that gets these rashes on their back, and this is in a matter of a few days of healing these problems up on show pigs.
Talk more about the topical gel. I know it's important when you're talking about friends in the equine industry here as well.
Well, the important part is the parts in it. The gel itself makes it adhere, sticks to the wound. The antibacterial obviously will create, stop the bacterial proliferation. This is a hawk that we looked at earlier, and it's got a pretty good abrasion. This is something you see on a routine basis, and these can become extremely chronic. They can stay around for a long time. This one in particular just responded in a couple of days. Obviously, you're going to need to improve the environment where the horse can't get down and rub his hock, so you need to improve your bedding situation, whatever. But to take care of the wound itself, the LubriSyn Topical Gel did a wonderful job of managing this and getting it turned around right away. The other things are the chitosan does have a natural antifungal activity, and of course the epithelial migration of the cells for the skin to regrow from the HA.
Alex, you want to talk about this, what we're seeing here as well from these examples?
Well, the thing about this is something that happens all the time with horses, and if you have horses, trained horses, you're always going to get a wound like this or a scratch or a laceration. So to have this product in your tack box, in your truck, in your trailer, it's really important. It's there to use whenever you need it.
Exactly right. Yeah, that's a good point too, to have it with you in the truck, tractor, wherever you are, you know. But again, is it susceptible to heat and cold, I would guess, here as well?
No, well, and here's another one real quick too. This is a severe laceration on a horse's shoulder that had to be sutured, but the time frame here is almost 10 days. The difference is unbelievable. But to get back to your question, there's a two-year shelf life on the topical product, and as well as all of our products have nearly a 2-year shelf life on it. So they last a long time.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So again, showing it here, it's a gel. So when you made a point as well, when you spray it, it's going to stick. A lot of times other products, maybe even not even like them, but other products will wash off quickly and not be effective.
Yeah, no, it sticks. And you can also go to our website and see some of these videos and testimonials and pictures. And also, we're going to be at the NFR. We have 2 booths out there at the Cowboy Marketplace in Mandalay Bay, and also Cowboy Christmas and Convention Center. Come by and see us. Dr. Allday will be there every day, and you can get a free vet call right here.
How about that?
You can come by and see him and get a free vet call.
We mentioned that as well. You'll be seeing a little bit more about that here during the hour as well. Talk a little bit more about the Re-Borne bovine colostrum here. Folks we're hearing about that. They want to know more.
Yeah, truly a great product. And a lot of horse people deal with stomach ulcers, GI ulcers with horses, and this is a product that actually, with its constituents, will actually regrow the epithelial lining of the stomach and also boost your immune system. So a couple of things happen with horses when they have ulcers. They get down on weight, a bad hair coat, their appetite isn't good. And what this product will do within 30 days is kind of revitalize them, heal that ulcer up, put the weight back on, add lean muscle mass, boost their immune system. Truly a great product.
And you've seen results firsthand many times in this product as well, Doctor.
Yeah, many times. I use it myself when I go on the road with my horses. And I see it on racehorses routinely, and then we see it on pet animals, and they use it on livestock quite a bit as well.
Very good. Let's hear from some of the folks who have used Re-Borne. Here is Todd Fletcher's story.
I'm Todd Pletcher, and I train thoroughbred racehorses for a living. I've been using Re-Borne for over 4 years. Since putting our horses on Re-Borne, our horses have looked better, have gotten sick less often, and overall better appearance. I think with the results we're getting from using Re-Borne, we'll certainly continue using it. The most stressful time for a young horse oftentimes is when they first come into the racetrack. By putting them on Re-Borne, it makes that transition go a lot smoother. I would recommend Re-Borne to anyone with horses.
Re-Borne, your first line of defense.
And again, that is a product that you're going to be talking about at the Cowboy Christmas. Doctor, you're going to be out there all 8 days, or all, what, 10 days?
10 days.
Out there,
yeah. 10 days.
How about that? All right, hyaluronic acid. We've heard that word and talked about it during the hour, but folks want to know more. Make sure they're clear on what it is. That's a real centerpiece of all your products.
Yeah, that's the center. You know, we're all about total health, and the hyaluronic acid is a really important part of a lot of our products. You know, one, it's a naturally occurring compound in all mammals. The important thing is the quality of the hyaluronic acid that we use in our products. The molecular weight of it is actually bioidentical to the molecular structure of healthy joint fluid or synovial fluid. So it's all about the quality, but we're looking for total health with our joint supplements, you know, with the Re-Borne colostrum products, and even the topical wound care products.
Mm-hmm. And Doctor, they're all, I think something that seems to impress me is that these are all natural products. They all do an excellent job of treating our pets, horses. Tell us about that and that piece of the puzzle.
Well, that goes back to what our purpose is and where we came from, to produce all natural, affordable, easy to administer, effective products that do their job. And with the basis being primarily HA, both in the topical and in our oral administration for joints. And so you basically have a complete coverage from the gastrointestinal to joints to any sort of injuries or lacerations or wounds that may come up too. So, you know, if you use our complete line of products, you're covered from start to finish.
Exactly right. All natural. That's, again, we go back to that word. It's all key too.
All natural, safe, very easy to use, very affordable. And the most important thing about it, we haven't touched on it much, is that these products have been tested by the best horsemen in the world. People like Todd Pletcher, who's one of the winningest thoroughbred trainers ever. Al Dunning in the Western world. Some of our current endorsees, Charlie Crawford, Chad Masters, Caleb Schmidt. I mean, you know, and you go into the dressage world, Stefan Peters and Gunther Seidel. You know, the best horsemen in the world since 2004 when Dr. Allday developed the products have come to these products and looking for total health for their horses And now they're livestock and also themselves.
And again, they're tuning in and saying, well, you know, yeah, I know a lot of those names, but my horse is a pleasure horse or whatever, but this is for anyone tuning in with a equine or a pet livestock as well that is for their use.
Yeah, we've made it very affordable even for the person that just, maybe they're trail riding and maybe they have an older horse that's, you know, getting up when they're 16, 17, 18 years old and they're a little arthritic. This is all about quality of life. It's about getting that horse comfortable and happy. And to go back to some of our higher endorsees that use it on, you know, competitive animals, that we have a lot of ropers that tell us the horses get nervous in the box when they're sore. When they go on LubriSyn, they relax because they feel better.
Sure.
Some of the pain is gone.
You mentioned Al Dunning. We have a testimonial. Again, we want to hear from you via our 800 number, which we'll be giving you, have given you. We'll give again before the hour's over. But from horses to humans, LubriSyn helping support those healthy joints. And another testimonial came from a gentleman who Alex talked about, Al Dunning. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Al Dunning. I've been a professional horse trainer since 1970. You know, in all those years of training horses, we get in horses of all kinds. Horses in bad shape with bad hair coats, horses that haven't been eating properly, that just look bad, don't have that bright look in their eye. You know, now that we use Re-Borne, we're finding amazing results. Horses that all of a sudden feel good, want to work better. You know, their eyes are better, their ears are forward, and they just look happy. It makes a big difference using Re-Borne. You know, if you have horses, you need Re-Borne. It's insurance for immune, gut, and hair health. You know, it makes horses look their best and feel their best. There's nothing like it in the world. If you want to see an amazing transformation in your horse, get Re-Borne.
Again, Al Dunning, Alex, just one of, well, you rattle off a whole bunch of names. I know some of them, but not all of them. But everybody who's in the equine industry or you know, whatever it might be, dressage, they know those names. Yeah, and Al's been a great friend of the product line of the company for a long time, but he's really found how to use the products, how they work, you know, on horses that are kind of down with the Re-Borne and need to get vitalized a little bit. And then the LubriSynHA joint formula for the ones who just have some issues, but he's tested them. Exactly right. Talk about, before we move on here, the ease of use for, doesn't matter what product we're talking about tonight. Just talk about how easy they are to use for anyone tuning in. Yeah, well, the products are great because for animals, they're odorless and tasteless. They're liquid. They just go on top of their food. So they mix in well and they adhere to the food, unlike a powder or pelleted supplement that might fall to the bottom of the feed tub. I give it to my dog every day and they lap it up. It's real easy. For people, we have an original formula or a grape if you want some flavoring. So it's very easy to take. Safe, all natural, easy to take. Results in 7 to 10 days. How about that? Yeah. Or great. Sooner. Or sooner. You had some. Well, your dog, was that just in a 1 day? For the topical wound care, that was in a couple hours. Yeah. It cools things down and it helps the healing process a lot quicker. And you know, they do really well on it. Folks are tuning in during the hour, all along the hour here, Dr. Steve, and maybe to go back to some of the natural products here that you've taught. They're all natural. Do an excellent job of treating pets and horses around the farm. Well, the key to it is that they're safe and they all are natural. You get great results. The affordability, the ease of administration, all the combination gives you complete health cycle. I mean, everything's covered. And then in case you endure an accident or there's something you have to deal with, then you've got the topical to help bail you out. And it's certainly effective, and you're going to do the best job we can for you. And a veterinarian, that's important, that if a veterinarian has this or has customers, clients who use it, makes their job easier and more enjoyable. Oh, most definitely. Well, the key to success is you want to have your animal when you want it. And when they walk out and they're sore, they're limping, your dog's not comfortable, you can't go out and spend time with you, run with you,
If it's a hunting dog, or if it's just a a dog you want to take for a walk, if you see them limping, it's certainly uncomfortable. So it improves their quality of life, their ability to be functional with you, and so you can enjoy their company, and it's a win-win for everybody.
Exactly,
for the dog
right.
and you.
And Alex, you again, all the folks that I've met here from the team talk about the product, but they use them because they have their own pets and livestock that they use this on a daily basis.
Yeah, everybody in the company. A lot of people have, the workforce have horses, have dogs. We all utilize the products. A lot of us are on the human product. I've been on it for 7, 8 years. I mean, I've ridden horses and skied my whole life, and I'm 55, and the knees are a little funny, but on a LubriSyn, I feel good, know? And that's what the whole premise of it is, to get people feeling good again.
Very good. All right. There are a lot of horse trainers, and Alex and Steve have mentioned a few that they use their products on a daily basis. One of those is Doug O'Neill. Here is his story.
Hey guys, Garrett Blanchard here at Silvera Brothers. Here today to talk to you about one of the many reasons why we use LubriSyn. Now, with raising Angus show cattle in Central California, one of our biggest downfalls that we come about is travel. With most shows being in the Midwest back east, we look at these cattle being on the road for anywhere from 24 to 40 hours. In this case, I like to use LubriSyn as what I call an insurance policy, because with our cattle being on LubriSyn and being on the trailer for so long, we are always guaranteed those cattle coming off to our destination, sound, free, easy moving, and throughout the whole show.
Blanchard there, actually. Talk about Garrett and and both and his story. Maybe expand a little bit on that.
Yeah, well, what we're finding with a lot of the livestock guys we work with is they're trying to prevent problems from happening. They want to get their show animal to a show and not limp or have their pasterns clicking or pops hocking, hocks popping. And, they want to get them there the safest way they can. And they have insured it in LubriSyn livestock. And it's worked, and it gets them to the livestock show, and they show good, and they win. And
you said if that horse feels good, they're going to perform better, not only in the show ring, but just as a pleasure horse, whatever it might be.
Always. If it's a rope horse, if it's a barrel horse, if it's a pleasure horse, they go out and do their job. They're more comfortable, they're more relaxed, they're able to function and be a good partner for you for an extended period of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, we have folks that are tuning in all during the hour. You can tell because they want to know about these human products here as well. I'll go back to both of you, but horses and humans, LubriSyn has a healthy product to help those joints. That's kind of where you have to focus then.
Yeah, this is the LubriSynHA joint formula. Is a high molecular weight hyaluronic acid in a liquid form. This is very different than, say, the glucosamine chondroitins we've heard over the years, which really don't support the joint fluid. We are targeting the primary problem in joint pain and arthritis, and that's the degradation of the joint fluid. The fluid that cushions the joints, the synovial fluid. So what we're doing is we're regenerating that fluid on a daily basis. As people age and mammals age, their levels of HA drop, so that synovial fluid or joint fluid is compromised. So we're going to regenerate it and get them feeling good in 7 to 10 days.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Lip balm, something that we haven't touched on as yet, but of interest to a lot of viewers out there right now,
Sure.
Doctor.
Well, we make a lip balm, and it does have HA in it as well. The same high molecular HA in a gel, or it's a little bit more of a paraffin wax, but it is absorbed in the skin, and it does last and work quite effectively, and it actually can be absorbed through the skin and improve the amount of fluid content or moisture that you basically bring into your skin in that area.
Anything to add, Alex, to the product?
It's a really good product, and you just get people to try it, and that's been our thing since 2004. Just get people to try our products. Yep. That's the best lip balm you'll ever use. It's fantastic.
Is that right?
Come to NFR and get one. We have 2 booths out there. We'll have plenty there.
It does work for all the products here. I think if you were going to talk to someone out there and leave a message with them, they may not be familiar or they are familiar but never use the product, just say, Mark, just want to have them try it. Just try it on an animal once.
We've done that since the beginning, and we went to big barns at Santa Anita and Hollywood Park and Del Mar. The people that we knew, I would go to them, and these are people I knew. I said, just try, just pick out 1 or 2 horses. Once we got them to do that, they put the whole barn on it. And that's what we want people to do, just give it an honest try, because it works in 7 to 10 days.
Folks using LubriSynHA products are experiencing some amazing results. We've shared a few of those. Here's another one. This is Nick Wilson's story.
My name is Nick Wilson. I'm 25 years old. I'm a marathon runner. Because I take LubriSynHA, my running route's actually 6.7 miles. After I run, I usually get some water and then go mountain biking because I have no pain in my joints. I don't have to take Tylenol before I run or after I run anymore. It makes me feel very comfortable knowing that LubriSynHA is all natural. I run my best marathon with LubriSynHA. I do.
And a neat story earlier this hour, a knee joint story. Another one there again from Nick Wilson.
Yeah.
But let's go back and kind of retrace that story here. I know you'd love to tell these stories or share them.
We were at NFR last year, and a lady came by the booth and said that she had started using our product, but she was actually scheduled for a knee replacement surgery. And she started on our product the year before at NFR. She came to see us, and she actually canceled the knee replacement surgery. And we've heard this more than a few times. We've heard really remarkable testimonials, not just on the human side, but with all the products.
Exactly right.
As you can see in the commercial there with Nick, we have high-end athletes, marathon runners, people that are really putting a lot of concussion on their joints that are relying, and taking care of their joints with LubriSynHA joint formula.
Let's put up that graphic here, Christy, about that 800 number. And again, they mentioned the Cowboy Christmas. They're going to be out there for 10 days. Doctor is going to be standing on his feet for 10 days, but loves to do it because he wants to talk to you folks that are tuning in tonight. If you have questions, they have an 800 number that you can call and learn more about the products. And they're going to be out at the Cowboy Christmas here as well. Again, the 800 number, 901-8498. Again, toll-free 800-901-8498. And there's a special offer for folks tuning in that are just tuning in for the first time hearing about this tonight.
15% off with the code word Allday. A-L-L-D-A-Y, all day.
Again, but that number is going to be usable here even when our show is over to call and have your questions answered. A piece of maybe a pet you have, a livestock, horse, training for an upcoming show. They can certainly help you out. 800-901-8498. Again, the caring for livestock. We want to leave our livestock producers out here. How do they fit into this whole mix here, Alex?
Well, they fit in really well because the two products that we have, the LubriSyn Livestock Joint Formula and the Re-Borne, are really, it covers pretty much everything. We're going to do a complete total health package here. We're going to take care of the joints. And we're going to, with the Re-Borne, we're going to support their immune system, their GI tract, their respiratory tract. So there's really two products. You throw in the topical, there's really only three products you need to have in your barn for complete total health. Do they need to change the feeding at all while using these products? Or they may say, well, is this going to take the place of something I'm giving my livestock right now? Yeah, I think that'd be a question for Dr. Allday, but really not a whole lot changes unless, people want to put more mass, lean muscle mass. The Re-Borne might be a different scenario. That'd be for Steve. Yeah, what do you think about that, Doctor?
Well, what you're really going to do is you're going to help them assimilate the food that you're feeding them already. So, and you make adjustments, obviously, nutritionally, according to what seasonally, level of work or whatever. But what they do bring in will help them assimilate it and produce it and utilize it to a much higher degree. That's exactly right. They may use the same quantity, I'm going to say hay, for example, but they're going to, but the animal, because of a natural are going to utilize that hay better than they did before using the LubriSynHA. Yes, most definitely. And obviously the side effects too are improved gastrointestinal health, also immune system. So therefore, one of the things I do when I ship my horses is I put them on Re-Borne, and the reason why is because it keeps them from getting sick. Real quick, one last question for both of you. I want to start with you, Dr. Steve. Good to have you here, by the way. Dr. Steve Allday. Someone tuning in, why should they choose LubriSynHA? Well, LubriSynHA would be because it's the most effective, most cost-effective, easiest to administer, and probably the most affordable and useful product that you're going to do, use on your horses to keep them healthy and keep their joints effective so throughout their productive performance life. And like you say, you may only see that horse
very few times of a performance horse, but you know that they're well cared for using these products.
Absolutely. No, it's the best.
Good to have you here, Doctor, and enjoy Vegas. You know, wear those comfortable shoes here.
Yeah.
And you got the great products here. You're going to be just fine here.
Yeah.
Alex Hassinger, good to have you here as well.
Thank you very much.
A question to you again, why would you have our viewers and listeners choose LubriSynHA?
Well, it's a complete package. I think, you know, with the research that Dr. Allday has done, this goes back 20, 25 years. You know, there's truly no product that matches to the quality of this. How it's produced, where it's produced. It's extremely effective. It's very safe and all natural and very cost effective. Kind of repeated what Steve said, but from a standpoint of myself using it on horses, dogs, and myself, and a lot of my friends and our endorsees and top horsemen across the country, they put a stamp of approval on it.
Well, thank you for being here. Good to have you here as well.
Thanks,
You're
Mark.
welcome anytime.
Appreciate
it. Again, I'm thanking our folks from LubriSynHA for joining us first time on Rural America Live. And if you heard our founder and president, Patrick Gotch, says, how can you thank me for all the things we do on RFD TV and rural radio? Use the products you hear on these programs here. Here's one right here, LubriSynHA. Call toll free to learn more, 800-901-8498. Good night from Rural America's most important network.